everyone, and welcome to my button tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to repair or replace buttons on a favourite piece of clothing in 8 simple steps. Let's start with step 1. So we need a needle and we need some thread, and we need about 60 centimetres worth of thread. I haven't got a tape measure or ruler with me, but I'm going to use my hand because the average handspan is about 20 centimetres from the tip of a finger to the tip of a thumb. It's only approximate, so we need about 60 centimetres worth, so I'll let you work it out. It is only rough, so we just put your hand down and measure, using handspan to measure roughly 60 centimetres of thread. Now you should have a piece of thread approximately 60 centimetres long, ready for step 2. So step 2 is threading the needle. So there's 2 ways to do this. I'm going to show you the first way, and that is just to find the eye of the needle and thread your piece of cotton, you thread through it just like that. That's one way. Another way to do it is to wrap the thread around the needle, pull it tight, slip that loop off, and then push that loop through the eye of the needle. Sometimes that's easier for people. So once you've got the needle threaded, then we need to tie a knot. We're going to use double thread to sew our button on, so we need both ends of the thread together, like that. Once you have both ends together, wrap them round your finger and cross them over like that, and then you're going to roll them off your finger using your thumb, and then pull tight, and you should have a knot. Next, we need to mark where we want our button to go on our piece of clothing. I'm just using a pencil because I'm working on a white shirt, but you might need a piece of chalk if you're working on something patterned or dark. So you might be able to see where the button was originally, and that's great. You can use that as your marker. If not, make sure that your buttonhole lines up with where you want the button to go, and then make a mark. Okay, just like that. I don't know if you can see it there. Make it a bit darker. There we go. Now we know where our button's going to go. We need a button, so we're going to put the button the right way up on our piece of fabric. Then we're going to put a pin on top of that, and that's going to help as a spacer to leave a bit of a gap. So then we're going from the back of the fabric through one of the holes, pull the needle through till you hit a knot. Then we're going to put it in the hole opposite, going over the pin. Again, pull it through, oops, pull tight, and we're going to go over, do the same on that side 6 times. Once you've done it 6 times on that side, you do it 6 times on the other side, making sure that you end with the needle in front of the button. So as I said, we end with the needle on top of the button, and next we're going to just go through the one hole in the button, not through the fabric, pull it through, and we're going to make something called a shank, and that is a little loop that keeps the button proud of the shirt. To do that by wrapping the thread around the button about 6 times and pull it tight, and then we push the needle back down through the fabric. So the final stage is to finish off. So we're going to push the needle through those stitches, then wrap the thread around the needle a couple of times, pull the needle through, and then snip and tidy up, and then we're finished. I'm going to check that the button goes through the buttonhole. Obviously I've used black so that you can see. I would normally use white. There we go, we've got our button on our shirt.